everybody, and um, welcome to Haunted Montana episode 14 and Haunted America episode 4. Sorry about the orientation of the other live. I had to fix that up and adjust it and start a new stream. So sorry about that, guys. But we got it! Woohoo! We got it now. So I had to fix the orientation and I got it! Yay! And the weather's starting to warm up a bit this week. It's supposed to be like 62 on Saturday. Beautiful spring day. I think right now it's 50 degrees outside. I'm not sure, but it probably is. It's probably warmer than that. Because the wind, it feels a little warmer, but sometimes it feels colder. There was a siren. I don't know what it is, a fire truck, police car, or an ambulance. I don't know. Must be something. Uh-huh. Let's see here. There's a Great Falls one I was talking about. It's called A Flash of Blue. And it's the Tracy's restaurant we have here in town. And I've been there a few times. Really great food there. There's one in Hobson. I didn't know there was one in Hobson. Oh. Four-pack. Wow. All right, let's see. Let's read the one in Hobson. It's called The Ghost of Meadowbrook Farm. I wonder what that's all about. Hey, Joe's Candles! Yahoo, you're first! How are you? We're going to read a ghost story in Hobson, Montana, Joe's Candles. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Hold on, I gotta go. There we go. Okay, so this is 2 miles northeast of Hobson off Highway 287. 87. Okay, I wonder what happens here. And they say ghostly activity level is moderate, they say. Okay. And they say metal, so the history of it is Meadowbrook Farm was established. Hi, Barry Barry! Happy Wednesday to you too. It's almost the weekend. How's it going, Barry Barry? We're reading a story about Meadowbrook Farm in Hobson. I don't think I've been there either, I don't think. Who knows, I probably haven't, didn't know it was there, but, you know, I wouldn't know it was there. So it was established by Thomas R. Murray in 1882. And they say the farmhouse was constructed in 1908 and the large white barn in 1917. It is now owned by the granddaughter of Thomas Murray now. Wow. That's pretty cool. Wow. So they say the phenomenon, this is what happens. The ghost of a young red-haired woman with a 1920s haircut was seen by a member of the Shakespeare in the Parks touring group who were billeted at Meadowbrook Farm. 2 guests saw a ghost in the bunkhouse who identified himself as Finn. Okay. I wonder who that guy is. Huh. That's the first time I knew about this. So the author, this is what she says. She says she first heard of a possible haunting at Meadowbrook Farm from the Professor Joel of Montana State University in Bozeman, because there's one in Bozeman too. Artistic director of Shakespeare in the Parks put me in touch with the student who had encountered a ghost while on tour in 2002. Wow. I was like 7 in 2002. Me. That's how old I was in 2002. Long time ago, you guys. I was a kid then. I was like in first grade or something like that. So they said, so this lady and this man were newlyweds during the summer of 2002. All right. So they said both had been active in Montana Shakespeare in the Parks for a couple of years. And Barry, I got some more chips. I even got these. I even got candy. I got candy too. I even got candy and everything. I'll share it. So they said that both have been. I read that. So they said that they said they were were the honeymooning couple. She said. All right, here we go. So here we go. So they said, let's see. And organizers in different towns sometimes like to place them somewhere special, they said. In Hobson, the nicest place for them to stay is what Shakespeare in the Park is referred as the haunted bed and breakfast. Oh, well, there you go. Haunted bed and breakfast. I wonder if it's a hotel or something. They said they didn't know if it has that reputation outside of them. They said, but they think maybe folks we had toured with before had some creepy experiences there. They said they had toured twice there before and had avoided staying there because they were afraid of ghosts. Okay. And then when they told them, they decided the honeymooners should stay there. I didn't want to offend anybody and went along with the idea. I'll be kind of nervous, but I'll still go. And it says, I did make Will promise to stay awake until I fall asleep. And then he kept his promise. Then they woke up in the middle of the night anyway. They remembered she was facing Will when they woke up, and was instantly wide awake and angry with themselves for waking up in the first place. And that happens. She wanted to wake up Will, but she decided against it and rolled over on my right side to try to fall back asleep. Okay. So probably the ghost is there. So when they did, she saw a woman lying next to her. She was wearing white and had a strawberry blonde haircut in what seemed to be a 1920s style. Cropped close at the ears with straight bangs. She was lying flat with her head resting on her hands. And then she asked me, why are you so afraid of us? That's kind of weird, isn't it, guys? Very weird, isn't it, for a ghost to ask that question? Kind of weird, isn't it? And then at that moment, the woman was horrified that I was talking to a ghost and embarrassed that she knew I was afraid of her. She seemed just like a normal person who was misunderstood. I started to stammer out, "Oh, it's not you. I don't know. It's just." She interrupted me. "You know when you're reading a book and hold on," I said, and turned over and shook Will awake. And when I turned back, she was gone. So long afterward, I didn't really know if it was a dream or if it really happened. But if it was a dream, it was one of the most detailed and memorable ones I've ever had. Will also swears I did shake him awake and tell him what happened right there. Weird, huh, guys? That a ghost would do that? So they said, maybe it was my subconscious trying to get me to get comfortable with the idea of ghosts, and maybe there's a frustrated 1920s era ghost out there who had a failed attempt at ghost human relations. I can't say for sure. You never know with ghosts, guys. You never know with them. They can do things that are weird. And then there's Will Dickerson, the guy that's on their honeymoon. On the honeymoon with this one, he says, he recalls the event perfectly. He made me promise not to fall asleep before she did. Sometimes in the middle of the night, she rolled over and said, "Will, wake up!" I did, and was forced to search the room to assure that it was a dream. Weird. She said she knew that the tour guide, Sue, and me would be driving past Hobson the following weekend en route home from interviewing folks in Fort Bend about their ghosts. So I telephoned Jean Trammell, I think that's her name, the owner of Meadowbrook Farm, to tell her about Susan Dickerson's experience with the red-haired ghost and asked whether I might step by on my way back to Billings. And Trammell agreed and explained that she lives with her sons in the gray concrete and stone farmhouse that her grandfather built in 1908. At one time, her grandfather had over 6,000 sheep, but like many other farmers in the 1920s, he lost the farm due to drought. Uh-oh. That's not good. But a dozen families who lived in the house over the years, Trammell brought her grandfather's farm in the 1990s and opened it as a bed and breakfast in 1994. The once extensive property that has shrunk to more than a manageable 12 acres these days, mostly leased out. Wow. I didn't know you can do that. Wow. So this, although none of her guests has ever mentioned a red-haired ghost, Trammell didn't discount the possibility because of some of her Scots ancestors had indeed had red hair. Then she added hopefully, "We do have a ghost in the barn, though. He was seen by two of my guests." Wow. So it says they turned off Highway 87 and started up the long farm lane. They were waved down by a man in an approaching car. He turned out to be one of Mrs. Trammell's sons, and on his way to town to run an errand. He had seen us coming and didn't want to miss the chance to tell us his story. Oh, here you go. He said that he had often heard strange noises while working in the barn. He was accustomed to all the usual creaks and groans of the old building. And those were definitely not caused by wind or the contraction of wood beams. I don't think so either, guys. I think there's a ghost in there. But anyways, I think it's a ghost, guys. I think it is. So Jean Trumbull met them on the porch and then gave us a tour of her beautiful home. It was filled with the delectable scent of baked ham. And they recalled that the bed and breakfast was known for its Hartley Farm breakfasts. The 6 bedrooms upstairs were cozy and decorated with antiques. Wow, that's pretty cool. On the way downstairs, the tape recorder I had been using to record the interview with Trumbull somehow flew out of my hand and bounced all the way down the stairs. Oh man. And the ghost did probably, who knows. When they picked it up, it continued to run, but the entire interview had been erased. Oh no. Wonder what the ghost did to it, huh? I'm not sure whether I simply dropped it, or whether it had been swept from my hand. I hadn't sensed anything unusual. Perhaps one of the ghosts had objected to our presence. Ghosts can do that, you know. It wasn't the first time a tape recorder had mysteriously fallen from my hand in a haunted building. You never know with ghosts, though. They can act crazy sometimes, but you never know with them, though, because they can do things that you don't expect them to do. Trumbull's other son shared a story about a man who had stayed there for 3 nights and refused to stay again, claiming that the house was haunted and they heard noises all night. I'd be nervous too if I was him. A strong cold front was approaching and the wind was beginning to pick up, so they all hurried to the barn a couple 100 feet away. Just inside the entrance was a room with a stove and 2 bunks. Wow. This thing is fitted up comfortably and looks very snug. 2 guests once had a remarkable experience there. During the night, one of them awakened to see a tall, broad-shouldered man in the doorway. He told her his name was Sven and that he was looking for a grave nearby. Could she help him find the grave? She replied that she was new there and didn't know anything about a grave. He disappeared and she went back to sleep. Okay. I'll be nervous if you woke me up in the middle of the night. Later that night, the second woman also woke to see Sven. He held out a bouquet of flowers to her, and they talked for a few minutes, and then he disappeared, and she went back to sleep. The flowers, unfortunately, also vanished. Well, that was nice of him to give her flowers. That was nice. Neither woman told the other what had happened during the night. Later that day, they discovered they each experienced something unusual. They said later that day, they discovered they each experienced something unusual. I read that, sorry. But did not compare details. They decided to tell Trumbull about it separately. She brought out an old photo album from her grandfather's day. Each looked at it individually and both picked out the same tall man in a photo that had been taken of the Norwegian's Miss Trumbull's grandfather, who had hired to work on the farm. That each said with certainty was the man they had been seen during the night. The man who had called himself Spin. Wonder who that could be, a relative maybe? The odd thing about it was that Mrs. Trumbull knew of no one that whoever was buried on the farm whose grave had Spin been seeking. And even more mysterious, the photo of the hired man has since disappeared. That's weird, isn't it? They say if you love a peaceful country night in a cozy bunkhouse or in an antique field room, stay at the Meadowbrook Farm. Not only you'll enjoy a fresh farm breakfast, the next morning you may encounter the ghost of Spin. Perhaps the spirit of the red-haired woman who might have been one of Jean Trumbull's ancestors. And you may even find out that what the ghost meant to say when she began. You know when you read a book. That was a weird one. But good though. Still, you never know with ghosts though, guys. They can be kind of have a mind of their own. And guys, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters! What do you think, babe? Would you stay at that farm? How about you, Joe Scandals? Would you guys stay there? I'd be kind of nervous, but I'll be a little nervous, but I'll get there. Here's Tracy's. This is right here in town. I've been there. It's really cool. They're still open, I think. I just haven't been there in a while. They're saying Tracy's 24-hour family restaurant. So this is here in Great Falls. I don't know if it's open 24 hours anymore. I don't know. Kind of weird, isn't it? Kind of weird, isn't it? They change everything. So, it's in the ghostly activity there is low. I thought it'd be high, though. I thought or moderate, but I guess not. So, the history of this restaurant. The first building on the site where Tracy's now stands was the Stanton Bank and Trust, established around 1918. The bank closed its doors in 1923, bankrupt after loaning $73,000 to the promoters of the financially ruinous Dempsey Gibbons prize fight held in Shelby. Oh, I didn't know this. They say the building eventually burned down. Uh-oh. That's not good. They say in 1938, Hank's Hamburger Haven was built on the old foundation. Hank's became Louis' Kitchenette, and in 1952, Tracy Reddo leased the restaurant and changed the name to Tracy's. The restaurant is currently owned and operated by the third generation of the family. Okay. Well, there you go. So they said the phenomenon over the years since Tracy passed away, several employees of the restaurant have glimpsed someone wearing a blue sweater in the basement or in the dining area. When they try to take a closer look, no one is there. At times, unexplained loud noises are heard from the kitchen. I think I might have experienced this, guys. I think I might have. Tracy is still keeping an eye on the restaurant he started in 1952. So this was like over 70 years ago. Listen, that would not be at all unusual for a man who's dedicated to his work. Except for he passed away in 1981. Okay. His name's Tracy Rideau. I think that's how to say his name. So according to an article in the Great Falls Tribune published on June 19, 2003, his son Jim stated that two employees claimed to have seen a figure resembling Mr. Tracy in the restaurant, and that a cook was afraid to go downstairs because he had seen Tracy in the basement. One of the waitresses told Jim she had seen a blurry figure wearing a blue sweater in the kitchen. She had never met Tracy or did not know that he habitually wore a blue sweater to work. I didn't know that either. Wow. So Jim passed away shortly after the article was written. And ownership of the restaurant passed to his grandson, Nick. I didn't know he had a grandson. And his wife, Veronica. So they met with the young couple when they stopped in to ask whether Mr. Tracy had been seen lately. They mentioned that on a previous visit, one of the waitresses told them she would sometimes heard loud crashes and bangs from the kitchen, and that the employees were jokingly blaming them on Tracy. Probably was him. So Nick acknowledged that he had heard the story, but was cautious about attributing to the noises to his grandfather's spirit. He pointed out that there was a lot of mechanical equipment in the kitchen that kicked on periodically, causing loud noises that could be mistaken for the clattering of pots and pans. He doesn't discount all the stories about his grandfather's ghost, however. That's weird, isn't it? He says the basement was where the cook has the first sighting of Grandpa's ghost, he said. He spent a lot of time in the basement and I haven't seen anything yet. Maybe I'm trying too hard. The basement's used primarily for storage. So Nick and Veronica did a lot of historical research about the property before they bought the restaurant. Underground tunnels found they ran between buildings in the area, and according to Nick, one tunnel led to the basement. The tunnels have been filled over the years, though. I was only 3 when he passed away, he said. He came from Chicago originally, and he ran the restaurant for 23 years, and my dad, Jim, ran it for 29 years. Wow. And they've been working there since he was 13, washing dishes and fixing stuff. He bought the place when he was 26 after his dad passed away, Jim. They want to carry on the family legacy. Yeah, that's good. I don't know if they're still running it right now, but, you know. Kind of weird. And, you know, I don't know who's running it. I think they're still running it. Veronica may have glimpsed Tracy's ghost one night. She said the closest I came was right after we first bought the restaurant. They had a waitress who didn't show up one night, so I had to cover the night shift. And they said they swear they saw something walk into the bathroom. Well, I was Tracy. And when I told Nick, he asked if it had been wearing a blue shirt. I didn't know if I actually saw something or if it was from being tired. This restaurant has good food there. You should try it, guys. They have like build your own burger there. It's really good. She wasn't the first to have that experience. Several of the waitresses have seen a blue streak out of the corners of their eyes while no one else is in the restaurant. According to Nick, they'll come out to see who came in the restaurant and there won't be anyone there. When the waitress described the blue flash, they didn't know how now Grandpa wore a blue sweater. It got my dad's attention real quick. They didn't think anything of it. But he did, because he had worked down there with my grandpa and saw him day in and day out, usually wearing a blue sweater or sweatshirt. Nick recalled something eerie. A few hours after he passed away, my dad got a phone call that all the electric signs said Tracy's had quit working down there here. And that was kind of odd. Same thing happened when my dad passed away. My signs started acting up. All the flashers quit working on the blue breakers. It got my attention for sure. It really didn't hit me until I was up there tinkering with it and got the breakers reset, and then I remember my dad's story. Hey, we're learning something. And I never had a problem with it since. And those signs are on every day and night. Tracy's restaurant's open 24 hours a day and affectionately regarded as a Great Falls institution. Nick and Veronica have monetizing when necessary, but we're careful not to destroy the retro look of the diner. The menu is straight out of the 1950s, and the photos from the 1940s and 50s line the walls. You can choose to sit on the stools on the counter or in a wall. You can choose to sit on stools. Yeah. Booth complete with tabletop jukeboxes at work. Tracy's was featured in the film Holy Matrimony starring Leonard Nimoy, filmed in Great Falls in 1993. I didn't know it was filmed there. And Tracy's restaurant is experience for those who grew up in the 1950s. They said, why not drop a quarter in one of the jukeboxes while you look over the extensive menu of Hartley offerings? Don't miss the variantly colored tiles in the ladies' washroom. Veronica says that even the gents can take a peek when it's not in use. And if you happen to see a blowy figure wearing a blue sweater passing by, just smile and nod. It's only Mr. Tracy keeping an eye on things. Okay. If I might experienced it, I wouldn't have known that. Hey, Tommy! How are you? We just read about Tracy's restaurant here in town. It's haunted by the owner. His name's Tracy. That's how we got the name of it. Are you getting spring weather, Tommy? We're starting to get some of it a little bit. I think it's like 52 degrees here, Tommy, but you know how that goes. The weather changes here often, a lot. You know, Tommy, I was also at the gazebo on Monday, and the wind came up, man. It blew my lava everywhere, made a huge mess. I'm just kidding. Anyway, with the wind, you know how that went. It's like, wow. I didn't know the wind was going to come up on Monday. I guess I didn't know it was going to do that. But we did it. You're getting a bit of sun, but you're still cool out there, Tommy? Cool, cool. This thing is supposed to snow again on Monday. But, you know, who knows? The weather might change by Monday. Who knows with it? It likes to change all the time. Do you guys have hauntings in Ireland? Do you guys have some of that stuff? What kind of hauntings do you have in Ireland? Oops. I almost knocked the phone on the floor. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to do that. It's kind of sunny here right now, too. Usually at least St. Patrick's Day before the weather starts to warm up there. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day is next month already, Tommy. I'm Irish too. So my ancestry comes from Ireland. Yep, that's the 17th of March. You got it. It's on a Monday, I think, this year, I think. I think it's on a Monday, yeah. Yep, and there's Dublin, Ireland. That's all I know so far of Ireland. I'm trying to remember other places there. And yes, you have spirits there. Awesome. Um, like, like haunted castles and stuff. That's pretty cool. We have hauntings over here too. They're all over the place in the United States. Like there's like the haunted Old Faithful Inn that's in Wyoming. That's in Wyoming. And you know, there it goes. But I gotta order that book now. Basically. And then I gotta get Montana Missing Legends. So I have to find those online. Anyway. Even Montana has UFO stories. We have those. We have all sorts of things. Monster stories. We got everything. Oh, a lot of things. Hold on a minute. As your father would say, it's the live ones you need to worry about. I never heard of that saying, Tommy. I never heard of it. That's the first time we're hearing about that. Watch it. I dropped something. I got it though. Yay. I found it. Yay. Meaning, don't worry about ghosts. Hey, that's the first time learning that saying there. Can I say? Look at that. So I got world's creepiest abandoned places. Haunted, mysterious, and frightening. I think this is terrible. Look at that. Whoa. Let me see here. This vegetation grew wild at the deserted Rolling Acres Mall in Akron, Ohio. Look at that. This mall they don't use anymore. Look at that vegetation just took over it. Grows in its spot, grows in its place. Wow. This is a water park. So there's some water parks that have been abandoned too. I wonder if they're haunted or not. Rolling Acres Mall in Akron, Ohio. Let's read about this one. Snow falls in an abandoned complex that became a casualty of online shopping. Oh. The signature will always take its course over our man-made arrangement of agriculture, said photographer Johnny Joe, who showcased the mall in his book, Ohio's Forgotten History. Oh, I didn't know this existed. This in the 1960s, as city leaders in Akron, Ohio cooked up the idea of creating a dedicated shopping district with malls, restaurants, and big box stores to serve shoppers from working class neighborhoods in inner city areas. It was to be a retail paradise. Parking was plentiful, empty accounts provided top-notch security, and soon there would be Toys R Us, Office Max, Apple's grocery store, and the Handy Home Improvement Center. Wow. I didn't know this existed. Wow. Hey, Lynn and Journals! You got a new video up? Cool. I gotta start journaling again, speaking of which, Lynn and Journals. And how are you today? Hey, you'll get there, Lynn and Journals. You'll get there. You got this. We're reading about haunted places. Yeah, I gotta catch up also. I've been in the process of writing another story. It's another shark movie I wanted to write with. But I gotta type it up, type it. It'd be great. We're talking about a mall in Akron, Ohio that's been abandoned. It probably might be haunted too, you never know. So they say the crown jewel of the distinct. Hey, you write novels too, Lynn and Drew? So do I. I write novels also. You're working on 2 journals for February. Fun. That is amazing. Yeah, I gotta catch up on my journaling. I gotta catch up on that. It's just I've been, busy with other stuff, but I'll catch up to it. How that is. So this Rolling Acres Mall had more than 20 shops and restaurants. Anchored by a Sears and was built in 1975 when indoor shopping malls represent both the retail and social hub for many people. Do you illustrate the covers for your novels, Lynn Journals? I do. I do that, and I do that for my movies too. Like if I put like a DVD cover design, I design that, and I design my covers for my books and stuff like that. I do that too. You can probably design it too. I design mine. You got this, Lynn and Journals. So let me see. Rolling Acres attracted more stores in the big retailers, JCPenney, Montgomery Ward, and O'Neill's, which became Macy's. Oh, you'll get there, Lynn Journals. You do great. You do great. I practiced. I practiced drawing the Golden Gate Bridge, and I made it with a ruler, actually. Let me see. This is my Golden Gate Bridge picture I practiced. And look at that. I practiced and got there. You got this, Linen Journals. You got this. But I did this with a ruler. The drawing I did here. And then this one here I drew by hand. And I practiced and I got it. You got this, Lynn. You'll get the hang of it. Practice. It took me to practice for a little bit. And then, when I was a kid, I started drawing sharp and I kept practicing and I got the hang of it. I got the hang of it. So practice. You got this. Let me see. We don't have a Macy's here. Then a 3-screen movie screen went up, and so did a food court called the Picnic Place. And this thing has peaked more than 140 stores awaited shoppers with a central court called the Court of 12 Trees filled with sun-kissed greenery. Shoppers descended on the escalator into the court with a dozen trees warmed by giant skylights. There was a red-tiered fountain and planters that people could sit on. They are wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, they are wonderful. Hey, you'll get the hang of it. Like I said, Linen Journals, you'll get there. You got this, my friend. I've been doing sun catchers, Linen Journals. Have you tried sun catchers, Linen Journals? They are pretty. You get to paint those. You can paint and something like that. You'll get there. You will. You got this, like I always say, Linen Journal. I'm trying to figure out still how to draw a geyser, though. I'm still trying to figure that out. That's what I'm trying to still figure out. You'll get it. Let me see. In December, Santa Claus held court in a big chair, and children lined up telling him what they wanted for Christmas. Then came the 1990s. You see, a time people do drawings, and they're so good. I don't think I have drawn a comic book before. Lynn Jones probably should try that too. Hey, Coco! How's it going, Coco? How are you today? We're reading some abandoned places right now, and we read some Haunted Montana here. We read about a haunted restaurant, Tracy's, that we have here. It was pretty cool. I should try doing a comic art. I should try that. But I don't know the name of the comic yet. And my mom was a big fan of the Incredible Hulk when she was little. My mom. You got so many sketchbooks? Oh, cool. Lynn journals. I got some too. I've been drawing in them also. Oh, there you go. See, you get the hang of it. Always. I am doing good, Coco. Thank you for the tag a couple days ago or last week. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the tag with the dinosaur game. It looks just like my dinosaur game I've been playing. It looks just like it. Looks just like it, I swear. I'm on level 80 of that game right now at the moment. And then they said that, and a shift in buying habits. As Amazon and other online retail services prospered, malls like Rolling Acres declined. As glue books, kind of like a scrapbook, Lynn Drews, kind of like a scrapbook. That's what I've been doing. That's what I'm trying to work on a scrapbook myself, actually. That's what I've been working on. I just got to get some pages and then do and I got the colored paper now, so I can do that. Oh, it's different from a scrapbook. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Appreciate the info there, Lynn Journals. I'm learning new stuff every day. And then they said, let's see, not even the addition of a Target in 1995 could save it. That soon the entire district withered. Glue booking is when you take magazine images and do different things like a red page or people or food page. Oh, okay. I got you. Kind of like a collage, right? Kind of like that. I think I've made one of those, I think I've made one of those. It's been a while. This is Handy Clothes in 1996, Apple's Grocery in 2000, Pet Supplies Plus in 2002, Toys R Us in 2006, and at the mall itself, Target became the first anchor store to close in 2006. So I was 11 when this closed down. 2008, with only 8 stores left and the mall unable to generate enough money to pay the electricity bills, Rolling Acres closed forever. And so did the Macy's store. Sears hung on until 2011, and JCPenney slogged along as an outlet store until 2013. Wow. Kind of, but with foods or people or faces or animals. Oh, awesome. So then they said, let's see. Oh, you love pink? I love red. That's my favorite color, red. I think I'm getting the hang of it, Lynn Journals. Thanks for teaching me this stuff. I appreciate it. I should make one of those books too. The cinemas closed, reopened, and closed again. Put up for auction in 2009, Rolling Acres, once the gold standard for shopping. attracted no bidders. An investment group then scooped it up for a song, but didn't pay property taxes. Oh, you can, guys, please connect with each other. Everybody here is great. Please drop links, please. Drop your links, share links, please. And they said, let's see, and an investment group scooped it up for a song, but didn't pay property taxes, prompting the state of Akron to foreclose it in 2013. You love the color pink? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I got it. Yay! And then they said, J.C. Penney donated its former store to the city. The Target became a storage facility, and the Sears was turned into a recycling center. Kind of like our stores here. For years, the Grand Old Mall sat empty. The harsh Ohio winter blasted out the skylights, letting in the elements. Let's see. And this thing, with snow covering the escalators in the winter, ceiling panels rained down. The central fountain ran dry. The trees turned brown and died. In the parking lot, weeds sprouted from the asphalt. The mall would be no more, but the site would soon be resurrected from, most unlikely, an ironic source. In 2019, a distribution center was built on the old Rolling Acres property by Amazon. I love Amazon. Amazon's my favorite place to shop for stuff. One of my favorites. Wow. I didn't know that was there anyway. Yeah, I love creative journaling too. Oh, I want to try, stickers. I was gonna put stickers in my scrapbook too. Stickers. Wow. You don't watch Bluey? Oh, cool. Landon Journals. I don't know if I've watched it. I've heard of it though. It's so cool. Let me see here. Oh, I got you now. Thanks for the info again, Landon Journals. I saw some like figurines of Bluey, I think. Let's see. Yep, they do. Saint Elmo? Let's see, guys. Let's see. Exactly. Landon, exactly. I watch Arthur on PBS. It's a great show. I like it. And then there's Wildcats. They go on creature adventures. Yeah, exactly. Landon, exactly again. Exactly. I do it too. Oh, you like that one too? Cool. I love crime shows. I've grown up with crime shows for all my life. since I was a kid. And I'm almost 30, and there's a lot of I get it. You know, I've grown up with a lot of shows back then, and you know, like the Law and Order franchise, CSI franchise, all that stuff. I didn't know there was a kids show named Dexter. I didn't know that. I knew there was a crime show called Dexter, but not kids show though. I didn't know that. Hey, I'm learning new stuff. The world's most haunted places. Okay, let me see. Oh, welcome back, Coco. I'll look that up soon, Linen Journals. I'll look that up. I'll check it out. Hey, Aries, how are you today? We read some about a mall that's been abandoned just now. And we read about a haunted restaurant here in Great Falls, Aries World. It's called Tracy's, and we read about a farm in Hobson. And I didn't know it was haunted. There was a haunted farm in Hobson. I'm doing good too. Let me see if I can show you the mall that I read about. And journals, you have a beautiful day. Thank you for coming. And I'll be sure to check that out. I'll Google it. Let's see if I can show it to you. Oh, you're fine, Linen Journals. You're fine. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. This mall that's been taken, that's been abandoned now. Let's see if I can find it. It's right here, and this is in Akron, Ohio. Amazon built on it. This is the mall I read about just earlier. Very cool, isn't it? Wonder if Amazon repaired it or not. I'm not sure about that one, but you never know with a haunt. Probably it's haunted too. Do you think so, Aries? Do you think it's haunted? I wonder if it is. It's kind of. Montana has some of those too. That's kind of like a ghost town, that mall. Let's see. There's more Alcatraz in here? I wouldn't know that. We love your videos. They're Linen Journals. We love them. Which one do you want next, guys? World's most haunted places, ghost hunting, haunted houses, and scary mysteries, paranormal or ghost hunting, or science of the paranormal. Which one do you guys want to hear next? They talk about haunted places in this one. Haunted houses. Let's see if I can find that. Here we go. Got it, Aries, got it. Let's see. So there's, let's see now. Trying to think of which one I should read next. There's so many of them. There's so many, hauntings and stuff like that. Let's see, I'm trying to find them. That's up to you then in journals. That's up to you, my friend. I wonder what this is about. I'm trying to find one. The Watcher House? Let's see. The Watcher House? I wonder what that's all about. This is in New Jersey. What do you think, Gary? Should we read The Watcher House? Or something else? Oh, you'll get to that too, Lynn Jones. You'll get to the hang of that too. Probably you should do like some live art, That'd be fun. Let me see. So this two-story Dutch colonial in New Jersey suburb was at Westfield, and it sold for $1.35 million in 2014. Wow, that is so fun. We would love to see that, Landon Jones. We would love to see it. And by the way, let's see now. The buyers, Derek and Maria Broadus, I think that's how I pronounce that name, thought they were getting their dream home. Built in 1905. That's the year my great-grandfather was born. In 1905. This house had 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and more than 3,800 square feet of floor space. Wow. They had 3 young kids, and the house sat on just under half an acre, one of the biggest lots in the neighborhood. Oh, thanks again for coming, Linen Journals, my friend. I'd love to see it. So they had 3 young kids, but the Broaduses never moved in. Wonder why they didn't move in. They're saying in June of 2014. Oh, it's all good. All good, Earth. Thank you very much. By the way, hi to Hadley and Ava, by the way. And Airy Bear. And so Derek was at home painting when he went outside to check the mail. Oh, this is weird, isn't it? You never know with a ghost. You never know. Yellowstone's birthday is coming this weekend, Aries. It's on the 1st. March 1st. By the way. And I can email you guys more Yellowstone stuff if you guys want. You let me know if I can do that. I can do webcams and all sorts of stuff from there. If you guys like, you let me know. I can do that. Let's see now. So in the box, he found a white envelope addressed in a scroll. To the new owners. Inside was a typed letter that welcomed Derek's family to the neighborhood. But then went on to say that the writer had been watching the house for years and asked if the family knew about the forces inside its walls. Oh man. Why are you here? Did did they call to you with its force within? The note ended with a typed signature with the cursive font, The Watcher. I wonder who this Watcher is. Two more letters follow, each revealing specific details about the home and the Broadduses, and each more threatening. Oh boy. Planes and cars and bicycles crash, read one. Bones break. Police investigations turned up nothing. After the Broadduses learned that the home's previous owners had received a letter from the Watcher on the eve of the sale, they filed a lawsuit against them for failing to disclose it. A judge dismissed the suit in 2017. In 2019, they finally sold the house for about $400,000, less than what they paid for it. The buyers were a couple from Westfield, suggesting, according to news reports, that locals weren't that concerned. The home had been owned by only a handful of people since 1905, and no one had ever reported receiving similar letters. People were suspicious of the Watcher, but of the Broadduses. The story, with its details of surveillance, its imitations about paranormal forces, and elements of menace, is creepy and compelling, so much that it was the inspiration for a 2022 Netflix series. I didn't know about this. Let me see here. The Watcher's fourth and final letter to the Broadus family included a statement: "You are despised by the house, and the Watcher won." The letter writer hasn't been heard from in years, and the whole episode remains a mystery. Wow. That's pretty scary. A ghost doing that. And here's the house. This is a cool house, really. Wow. This is weird. The Playboy Mansion. I wonder what that is. I wonder what this is. Wow. Wow, guys. I don't know if I want to encounter a ghost in there. Hotel Chelsea. I wonder what that's all about. Let's read it and see. And this is in New York City. So the Hotel Chelsea was closed to new guests during a lengthy renovation process that stretched for more than a decade, from 2011 to 2022. Today, it's once again open and taking reservations for stays if you dare. Oh boy, I wonder what that's all about. So they say the 12-story Hotel Chelsea, which opened in 1884 as an apartment building with 4 units, was one of the first residential cooperatives in New York City. The red brick Queen Anne style structure was accented with ornate iron balconies and topped by a mansard roof pierced by dormers and chimneys in a central tower. Early on, it became known as a haven for artists. Wow. One of its residents was American landscape painter Charles Melville Dewey. Dewey's long residency was not unusual for the actors, singers, and writers and painters who, over the next 125 years, would lauder in the Chelsea's famous art adjourned lobby, and who would ascend to the rooms on its intricate iron staircase. Wow. Well, this goes now. After the Chelsea was converted into a hotel in 1905, was visited by actresses Sarah Bernhardt and Lillian Russell, as well as writers Mark Twain and O. Henry. Never heard of him. And the hotel's bohemian reputation grew with each passing year, as it hosted an eclectic mix of artistic characters, including Bob Dylan, Patti Smith, Jason Pollock, and Andy Warhol, as well as Janis Joplin and Leonard Cohen, who carried on a brief affair with each other between rooms 411 and 424. Well, so they said the Hotel Chelsea was, in the words of one journalist, a big fraternity house. Well, that's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it right there. So they said some former guests apparently still living there after they passed away. A painter who resided at the hotel from 2003 to 2006 claims to have been visited by the ghost of writer William S. Burroughs, who wrote Lunch while he was living at the Chelsea in 1959, and many guests report seeing the vain woman, a Victorian-era spirit who checks her reflection in the fifth-floor mirror. Police arrested. She is still said to be haunted the area around her old rooms, while some mysterious noises and unexplained changes in temperature have been reported. Another ghost referred by residents as Mary haunts the hotel's hallways. The story that goes that Mary was the widow of a man who perished aboard the Titanic in 1912. Distraught. She was seen as recently as the 1996 Vice President Michael Perley, I know him and stuff too, who lived in the Chelsea for 2 months and once claimed to see her crying on the 8th floor corridor. Oh, jeez. That goes on other stuff too. Wow, these hauntings are weird. Ten haunted mystery stories. Okay, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Okay. Beloved by Toni Morrison. Oh. House of Leaves by Mark Z. Dawinski. Never heard of him. Macbeth, William Shakespeare. Never read that. Ghost Story by Peter Shrub. Never heard of him either. The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. Never heard of that. The Shining by Stephen King. I've read that. The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. I never heard of that. And The Woman in Black. Never heard of that. Never heard of that. Some of these I never even heard of. I've heard of The Shining though. And The Only Good Endings by Stephen Graham Jones. I never heard of that either. Wow. Learn some new things, guys. Wow. First time hearing about that. I've read The Shining though. It's pretty scary. And I've watched it too. You know, Stephen King stayed at that hotel. He did. And that's where he got the idea of The Shining from. He and his wife stayed there and his son. I think this summer, guys, we'll be doing Haunted Yellowstone this summer too. Pretty weird. Mystery of Bigfoot? Wow. Wow. See those UFO stories and all sorts of things. We have UFO stories in Montana. We have that stuff. Wow. Talk about the Yeti. You read about Nessie. Wow. What the? The camera just zoomed in by itself. Probably the ghost is playing with the phone. Wow. I'm wondering if Pompeii is haunted. I don't know. And guys, there's some books. Haunted West and World's Scariest Places. Should get that. It says Journey Around the Globe to places so chilling that only the ghosts dare to roam. Discover all the eerie things you can't see, but feel against the back of your neck. That's pretty creepy. discovered the spirits of the Old West. Custer would be one. There was a time when freedom seemed as vast as the prairie, and violence lurked beyond every ridge. This book relies a vibrant past with famous figures that fascinate us. Kind of like Custer. Wow. Wow. Pompeii, province of Naples, Italy. Okay. The interior of Casa della Fontana Piccola, I think that's how I pronounce that name, which belonged to a fruit merchant, has a small fountain decorated with mosaics and painted landscapes. Oh, that's cool. So it's embedded by a volcanic eruption in AD 79. The site has an eerie time capsule. More than 250 years since Pompeii was rediscovered, the buried city in Italy still yields surprises. Recently, archaeologists discovered a crammed room that offered an insight into everyday lives of the townspeople. Such is the continuing wonder of this ancient city of luxurious houses and public buildings near Naples that was buried under up to 200 feet of volcanic ash and pumice when Mount Vesuvius erupted in AD 79, freezing the city in a moment in Roman times. An estimated 2,000 inhabitants perished, perhaps only in a matter of minutes, under the deluge of volcanic ash and hot gases and mud. People started trying to dig out Pompeii almost as soon as the eruption ended. Although at first they were primarily thieves stealing valuables and statues from areas that weren't completely buried. There was plenty to steal as Pompeii prospered for decades by virtue of its location near the Bay of Naples, through which goods entered by sea before being carted over the Appian Way to Rome. The city had running water from an adequate spur, and residents lived in lavish homes filled with art. Wow. You know, they did Renaissance art in Italy back then. It's pretty cool stuff. Once the robbers left, Pompeii was forgotten for hundreds of years, and new eruptions all but obliterated any trace of it. It wasn't until 1763 that workers found an inscription identifying the area as Pompeii, and scientific digs began revealing what the city once was. In the early 1800s, excavators discovered the hollowed-out areas. By pouring plaster into the voids, they created the haunting final fetal position of poses of men, women, and children, even a guard dog. Excavation and reconstruction continued in the 1950s. Not only targeted digs were conducted, along with preservation and analysis of previous finds. The work continues to offer intriguing looks at how the ancients lived, like the remains of a slave's quarters, an unadorned room with a single high window and 3 beds made of wood, with the chamber pot still under them. Wow. Anyway, that's Pompeii. I think it's haunted also. I think it is. You never know, though. Even there's a town called Herculaneum that was by Pompeii at the time of this. And that one got buried too. That town got buried also. Underneath that stuff. And very weird, isn't it? Let me see, guys. Let's see. Trying to decide, guys. Do you want me to do one more story? Or do you want me to wait till next time? I'm trying to think what I should do. Should I do one more or should I just wait till next time? You gotta get more Haunted Montana books, by the way, too. You gotta get more of that. What do you guys think? Should we do another one more, or should we wait till next time? What do you guys think? Probably we can wait, or we can do another one if you guys want. We can do one more. Let me know. You probably do one more Haunted America, Haunted Montana if you guys want, or I can wait till next time. Up to me. Probably I can do one more, guys. Let's do one more. Which one would you guys want to do? Haunted America or Montana? Which one would you guys prefer? Let's see. Let's see. Haunted America? Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Aries. Appreciate it. I was like, which one should I read next? Here we go. I love hauntings. These are my favorite stories to read. One of my favorites. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Trying to find one here. I read about the Queen Mary, guys. I read about that. And let's see. All right. Let's see now. Hey, Surfer! We're reading some more hauntings. I'm trying to decide what Haunted America, which one I want to do. How's it going, my friend? How goes it? We read a haunting in about a haunted restaurant earlier. Like at the beginning, it was really cool. There's a lot of Haunted America in here. I read about the Hotel Chelsea earlier. And I read about a mall in Ohio that's been abandoned, and it might have ghosts in it. It might have some. Let's see now. Hi, Henry! So what's for lunch today? So I had lunch a while ago. I had another sandwich. I've had sandwiches for the last 3 days. I'm trying to figure out what kind of one I want. I wonder what this is. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out one. What? Henry, I love your hats. I love them. You made a turkey sandwich with Swiss cheese for lunch? That sounds delicious. Well, the heck? I'm trying to decide one. All right, let me see now. Hold on. The Emily Morgan Hotel in San Antonio, Texas. Okay. Wonder what that's all about. So they're saying that the Emily Morgan Hotel don't eat the. Do you think ghosts eat spam, guys? Do you think they eat it? Mm-hmm. It sits across from the Elmo. Okay. I didn't know that. Some believe the hotel is haunted by the soldiers. Oh. So they say the 13-story building stands on ground. The mission is just across E. Houston Street from the hotel. Opened in 1926 as the Medical Arts Building, the Emily Morgan housed a hospital and offices for doctors and dentists until it was converted into an office complex in 1976. Didn't know that. Wow. Maybe Davy Crockett haunts that one. He probably does. Is it 8 years later? Oh, it's all good. It's all good, my friend. All good. Much love. I had a ham sandwich for lunch today. I should make a spam lava sandwich. 8 years later, when another renovation that transformed the space into a hotel. All right. A neo-Gothic colossus that rises high over downtown. The structure has several distinguishing features, including a 5-story tower with an observation deck. Wow. Spam and Chet. That's fun. That's a good one. Lava Chet. That's funny. A copper roof with wooden ribs and lining its upper reaches with an array of gargoyles, with each figure carved to portray a different medical ailment. Lava Chet, Chet, Chet. Lava Spam Chet. Yeah. So it was included a hospital and it has a facility. So the history of both the area and the building have given rise to an abundance of ghost stories. Wow. Peekaboo. Is it still cold on the mainland? Well, it's supposed to be warming up pretty soon here. Warming up pretty soon. But it's 52 degrees out there, I think, right now, but I think the temperature is low now, but I'm not sure, but I'll check it. Our snow is melted away. Our snow is melting away. It's almost gone. You're very welcome. You want to try to see the snow? Our snow is gone. My lava got it. My lava chatted on it. Got you. Yeah, our snow is just melting. Can you make it snow when you go? How about a snow dance? I'll do the snow dance and make it snow. Like the rain dance? Like people talk about? Hold on 1 second now. We barely have any snow left. There's some in my backyard, just like a bit left, but you know. Everybody made a lot of snow. You know, I want to make a snowman too. How about a snow shark, and then we can make a snow dinosaur, and we can make a snow sea turtle, and we can make some and a snowman. So guests say that phones will ring. Quick, put it in the freezer. Yeah, probably should put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in there. Yeah, that would be awesome. So they said it would ring in the middle of the night when no one was on the other end of the line. Doors sometimes slam shut for no apparent reason. Elevators will skip requested floors and stop on different levels. Attendants have reported beds being unmade moments after a room has been serviced. That's weird. Darn it. My lover got on the couch. We're supposed to get snow on Monday, they said, but who knows, the weather might change by then. The weather might change. We'll go car hunting on vacation soon. Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's rip. And then they said a sales manager, who once had to spend the night returned to her room to find the bathtub filled with blue water. That's really odd. More ominously, guests have reported hearing hospital carts rolling down the corridors past their doors. Others have seen a mysterious woman in white walking the hallways. Can't be too cold. It's gonna be like in the 30s out there. Yeah, it'll be in the 30s on Monday, they said, but who knows, it might warm up by then. It's supposed to be 62 on Saturday. Great spring temperature. That's a great one. It's supposed to get that way on Saturday, but who knows, it might change. They say that weather in Montana changes every 5 minutes all the time, they say. You have surf shorts. Okay. I'm excited to do live on locations. I'm excited to do that this summer. And then they said others have seen, they said strong, distinct odor permeates the top floor, which was once part of the hospital. The Emily Morgan adheres to the tradition hotel superstition of not having a 13th floor. This means that the building's top level is actually the 14th. But the hotel takes the superstition one step further. There is no room 1408. The sum of the digits in that room's number is 13. No one has taken any chances. Wow. That's pretty scary. I didn't know they had a hotel like that there. Here, I'll show you what snow we have left. Come here. Hold on 1 second. I'm going up the stairs. That's a treasure? I didn't know that. Didn't know they had that. Look at that. This is what snow we have left. Look what my lava did. Look at that. This is what... There's the Flying Dutchman, a ghost ship, by the way. Speaking of Dutchmans. But this is the snow we have left. Look at that. It's a little breezy today, but... Lost Dutchman's Mine? Is that in Hawaii by any chance? So I didn't know if it was, but... This snow melted really fast. What is all that white shit in your yard? It's the snow we have left. I'll send it to you. You want it? I'll send it in a FedEx box and spam. It's Dinosaur Chet Henry. It probably is. They aren't house trained. Yeah, they're chitting on my carpet. They're chitting. Bad. That's bad. They're chitting all over the floor. Uh-oh, now they whisk popped on the couch. But this is where you would grow. Sometimes you can grow right here in this crop circle here. In these circles here in the yard, you can grow like vegetables and stuff like that. This summer, my mom and I are gonna grow flowers. Yeah, we're gonna grow flowers this summer. And my bunnies, guys, are coming back. My bunnies. Well, thank you, Henry. Pretty soon when spring comes, pretty soon they'll be returning. It's in the Superstition Mountains, really? I didn't know that. Thanks for the info, my friend. Alright, guys, I'm gonna go back inside now. I don't want to get locked out of the house. I've accidentally gotten locked out of here. And I had to call a neighbor upstairs to call my mom to get the keys. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. Thank you for coming by. You have a beautiful day, my friend. Thanks for coming, Sofa. More ghost stories coming up, too. You guys are the greatest ever. Uh-huh. All right, guys, I'm going to have to call my mom back, see what she's up to. But I appreciate y'all stopping by. You guys are the greatest ever out there. I love you guys so much. Much love to all of you. You guys have a beautiful day or night wherever you are at. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Ohana forever, you guys. Love ya. You guys have a great one. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Peekaboo. Bye, guys. Love ya. Excuse me.